Here is our silver lining. Kris Meeke, we've got you in the studio. This is very exciting for us, and I've got my phone on because people have been tweeting in questions, and I'll ask a few of those. But first of all, huge congratulations about next year. How did all that come about?
Quite simply, really. Obviously, from my departure in the championship back in May, I took a bit of time to myself. With a young family, the time you spend away, you know, when you are competing full time is quite a lot. So, yeah, it was a nice opportunity to spend a summer with the family, and I quickly got the hunger back. That's no word of a lie. I certainly live to compete, and I very quickly realised I want to drive a rally car again. So, yeah, I made a few phone calls mid-season, and yeah, I made a trip to Uvascula, and like I say, things happened fairly simply, but yeah, I'm just really happy to know I'm going to be in the start line again in 2019.
And you must be watching this Toyota with Ott Tänak and Jari-Matti Latvala and just be thinking, chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I got my first taste of it last week in Finland, and okay, the car was born in Finland, it was developed in Finland, so I had a fair idea it was going to be strong there, but it exceeded my expectations, to be honest. I really connected with the car, and okay, it's only Finland for me, my experience, but what I see Ott and Jari and Esa-Pekka are able to do with the car on every surface now, it seems like a strong package. So let's see, I have a lot to learn about the car, about the team, but yeah, looking from the outside, it looks very good.
Well, we were just saying before we came back on that Jari-Matti, if he hadn't had the puncture, would be 15-20 up. I mean, there is some massive performance in this car at the minute.
Yeah, I think Ott, with his road position especially, you know, he's been top 3 in the championship for the last, 5-6 rallies, but, you know, Seb's been just one position in front of him, and on one stage yesterday, with them next to each other in the road position, Ott was able to take 20 seconds on one stage, so yeah, it seems impressive. You know, Ott is particularly impressive. His form since Finland has been sublime. You know, he's just found that sweet spot, and yeah, he turned up at every rally. He's able to blitz everybody and be comfortably out in front. And he could have won the last 4 rallies apart from his problem in Rally GB. So, yeah, for sure they have a hell of a strong driver lineup at the minute. And let's see if we can bring something to the table next year.
How important is that team dynamic, Kris, and fitting in with Ott and Jari and having a team principal that's an ex-driver too?
Yeah, for me, I have no problem driving with anybody in the team. You know, everyone is part of the team effort. You're all looking to bring success to the team. That's obviously coupled with trying to be a driver world champion and trying to be a manufacturer world champion. So I get on very well with Jari-Matti, I get on well with Ott, so that's not an issue. But yeah, the dynamic of having Tommy Mäkinen as your team boss, who's a 4 times world champion, he's been there, done it, you know, and when he talks to you, it makes sense. Whereas previously, you had people talking to you that hadn't been there, hadn't done it, and they think they know, and they don't know a lot. So yeah, I'm intrigued. It's like I say, it's like a breath of fresh air to me. How can I put it? I've never really been in a team that's been on the ascendancy. I was with the mini team, which didn't work out. Yeah, and my time with my previous team, yeah, seems like it was very complicated. So let's say I feel as if now finally in my career I can be in the right place at the right time. But yeah, there's a very strong chance that we can do something good. But you know, we have to realise that, and you know, we have to start in Monte Carlo in a good way.
When that's all in place, then, so I know, Jules, does that allow you to focus more on the driving and just put every effort into the skill that you have and not managing the other stuff around that's filtering in, perhaps?
Yeah, the thing that's been refreshing for me since I spent the week with the team last week, I've been done. You know, they want to go and win, and everybody seems united to try and do that. So that's, like I say, that's unique to me from my past experiences. And let's see, there's, like I say, I have to go and realise it and learn the car in different conditions and get to the start line and do my job. But like I said, the initial feeling's good, so I'm excited.
Well, just listening to you talking now, Kris, I've known you for quite a while. the break that was kind of forced upon you, has that maybe had a positive effect? Were you just a bit tired and stressed of everything that was going on? And do you think this could have been actually a positive thing?
Yeah, when I was away from it for a few weeks, you realise that the situation wasn't so nice in the environment, and I wasn't really enjoying it as much as it's one of the best jobs in the world to do when there's so many complications and things going on behind the scenes, unnecessary things when you're part of a racing team. For me, I realised I maybe wasn't enjoying it as much as I thought I was. So, but yeah, now is an opportunity to come back. I definitely didn't want to leave on somebody else's terms, and I was determined not to do that. So I'm back now on my terms, and I want to drive a rally car again. And I feel as if, like I said, I'm with a team on the ascendancy, and they seem to be doing the business on the stages this year, and everything seems to be working. So let's see. It's up to me to get in there and do the best job I can.
There was this surge of excitement in the motorsport world when this news came out. Did you get a sense of that? Did you feel it on social media, how people were just overjoyed that you were coming back to World Rally?
I was buried in the forest in Finland, testing the car when all that was out. So, yeah, you read so much. Social media is a massive platform now for everybody to have their comments, some good, some bad, and I try not to look at it so much. I just tend to try to focus on my own job and what I have to do. So, but yeah, it's nice that there's a bit of a buzz around. But like I say, Tanak's the one out there doing the business at the moment. He's the one creating the real proper buzz by doing the business behind the wheel. So I need to take my time, get in there, and try to enjoy my driving again. That's my sole focus.
Well, talking about social media, I did mention that we were putting out the message that we had you in the studio, and there seems to be part of what you're saying about it's a new start and it's refreshing. Where are your thoughts on the co-driver, and when will we hear that news? That seems to be quite a common question from a lot of people.
Yeah, okay, firstly on that point, I'd have to, like I said on a post I put up about thanking Paul Nagel. He's been with me for 11 years. We've been through thick and thin together. All of those 5 victories I've had in the World Rally Championship, winning Rally Finland, Paul was sublime. So, but for me, this was such an opportunity just to have a completely clean slate, and we know each other so well. Myself and Paul were good mates, but maybe a different atmosphere in the car. Maybe maybe my last opportunity to try something different, and like I say, I have to thank Paul for everything he's done, but we'll hear in due course who's going to be in the seat next to me. Okay,
so looking ahead to this rally, what they've got coming up, and the tarmac day today, you know how to win here at Spain, and there's a question from Simone Alberteri. How do you judge the tyre choices of this morning?
I haven't actually seen the tyre choices, but I assume everybody's on soft.
Wow.
No, well that's it. This is the thing.
Well, I only see the tarmac here and it's damp and humid, but maybe...
Well, that's what I was shocked by. Basically, the championship contenders, Ogier and Neuville, have taken softs. I took a full wet.
Whoa.
That's what I did. Everyone was kind of...
Jules didn't know if he was looking at it right.
Yeah, I had to double check it.
Yeah, okay. Maybe the conditions are different in the mountains. The stages are maybe 40, 50 kilometres away from here. It can be a lot different than on the coast in the mountains. And for sure, if you're expecting a cloudburst, the wets will come into their own, and you'll be streets ahead. But if the rain just stays steady and you don't have that film of water on the road, for me the soft is better. So yeah, like I say, everything's down to the weather forecast. They've obviously made their choices on informed information, so let's see.
Well, we weren't sure. Maybe it was because Oit was at the back of all the World Rally cars. If there was some cutting, there's not a lot of cutting, as you know, on these pieces of roads, but did he take it for safety? He's got 26 seconds. If there is a load of dirt pulled out, that was the only thing I could put it down to, other than, because we got reports from the stages that it's not a lot of water. It is just like this, as you say.
Personally, you wouldn't be making a tyre choice simply on mud being pulled out. And especially now in Catalunya, the roads have been repaired so much over the last 10, 12 years here. There's a sharp edge to the road now with a good layer of tarmac, so you don't tend to cut as much as you did back a few years back. So I can't imagine he's made a decision about that. like I say, they give it a lot. It was forecasted a lot of rain today, and maybe he's betting on that. But yeah, if a lot of rain comes and there's standing water on the stages, for sure the full wet tire will come into its own. But let's see.
One further question, social media. Thank you for being part of the conversation using the hashtag AllLive or WRC Live. This is from Antil. How are your Finnish language skills?
Fairly primitive, I have to say. Like everybody, you learn the kiitos, the thank you and everything first, but no, I have to say it's fairly limited. It's a multilingual team, with obviously a lot of Japanese as well. There's actually one mechanic on the Ari Matty's cars from close to my home in Northern Ireland. So yeah, now I'm based up in Andorra. There I have Catalan, French, Spanish, English, now Finnish and Japanese. So maybe by the end of the year I'll be multilingual, we'll see.
But you say about living in Andorra, you see your social media, you see Danny Sordo's social media, Craig's, Scott's. You boys are having some lifestyle sometimes, aren't you? You're all out there enjoying yourself and everything like that.
It is a great little spot, I have to say. It's only 2 hours up the road from Barcelona, and it's in the mountains, but there's a lot of sunshine. Okay, I guess it's bad days for the snow in the winter time, but generally you have blue sky above your head, and when you're in the mountains it's full of activity. So yeah, it's a great place to enjoy life.
The snow doesn't seem to stop you and Danny though. I remember seeing some videos last year.
Yes, a bit of practice. You can get out on the roads. The calls over the mountains, sometimes they can fill up with snow and they close them either side, but you nip in around the barrier and you can have a bit of fun over the top of the mountain.
Jules was telling me before you're coming on air that Danny Sordo gave your children some Danny Sordo t-shirts. He's currently lying in second, so that would be good for all the home fans.
Yeah, that was a bit of a joke played last year. It was at my home. Danny arrived around with a load of his own promotional gear, and my kids were wearing the t-shirts, so I had to retaliate and get my own t-shirts done for my own kids. But yeah, no, Danny and me are good mates and go back a long way. So yeah, it's great to see him in second place. He's had a really strong season this year, and he seems to be continuing that form, which I think this will be his last rally. I don't think he goes to Australia, so yeah, it'll be brilliant if he can. I don't think it's announced yet that he's with Hyundai again next year, but
it hasn't been. But I think they're quite keen to keep him.
His performances this year have been really strong. So yeah, I'm happy for him.
What do you think of this title fight?
Sorry?
The title fight.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have three drivers in 3 different manufacturers. Yeah, it's really good, and Neville's carried that big lead right from middle of the season. That's been whittled down event by event, and yeah, for sure Ott on pure pace this year is in a league of his own. But he's had a few misfortunes at the beginning of the year, and OJ is just strong. He's been there and done it. He's done it 5 times before, so he's probably the least amount of pressure. But yeah, Neville's the one carrying all the pressure, and I think you can see that this weekend. You know.
Kris, thank you so much. We're looking at
going to
live
see the
pictures
weather.
now.
I mean, what?
If it stops raining and the road is just full wet but without standing water on, then the soft tire is better. So it'll be interesting to see. Unless you're standing there and put your hand out and feel the rain falling, you'll not know. But there's one thing for sure: the timesheets will tell the story at the end of the stage.
Stage 9. What can you remember about this stage before we head over to Bex and commentary?
You want to know a name, I think, won't you?
Quirrell.
Carol?
Quirrell, I think. Yeah. I had an incredible feeling last year on all the tarmac stages. I think we come off the gravel on Friday on 3rd place, just a few seconds off the lead, but we were able to stretch a gap on the tarmac. But last year it was bone dry. The car felt amazing on the bone dry stages, completely smooth as we knew from the past. So yeah, I was able to make a difference. But yeah, this is quite a fast stage at the beginning, I think, with a few blind crests and stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it develops today.
Kris, it's been such a treat to have you in. Thank you for coming in and being so honest, and huge congratulations again. Everyone can't wait to see you back at WRC in a Toyota next year. Thank you so much.
All stages, all crashes, all drama, all live. Watch the FIA World Rally Championship like never before, with more than 25 hours of live coverage from every rally. including continuous live TV studio with expert analysis and behind-the-scenes stories, live from the service park. And with our interactive program guide, you'll never miss a thing. Get all the action, all live, anywhere, anytime. WRC Plus, all live.